Pierre personality disorder is digivolving to Pierre pursuing other career opportunities, shown here with his emotional support handler, Spicy Melania, after spending every last waking moment for the last 2 years talking shit about Justin with the good hair, and psychologically conditioning his sycophants to believe that every difficult aspect of their life could be directly attributed to Justin. The attack chihuahua has met his match in the form of Marcus Carnivorous, perhaps the most Canadian of politicians, due to his unique ability to agree with his opponents, and due to his willingness to not die on hills, and simply agree with Pierre's demands. Now, to be clear, the carbon tax was never a huge driver of inflation. It was intended to nudge consumers towards things like electric vehicles so that we could reach an eventual tipping point. It also pushed large corporate polluters to either find a way to accomplish more while polluting less, or just pay more. However, Pierre Perpetually Lying managed to convince a large percentage of Canadians who don't understand cause and effect to believe that the greedflation that was wiping out their paychecks was due to the carbon tax and not to things like his friend Galen Weston's pathological need to rob from the poor and give to nobody. Rich people don't give to people, they take. That's all they do. They take. That's why children are going hungry, because Galen Weston won't just go see a fucking therapist. I will say, though, I do really like Superstore's apple turnovers. They are delicious. Why are they so good? Answer, fat and sugar. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the Conservatives after Pierre. I suspect that the billionaires who own them will want them to stick together. At the same time, the whole selling point of uniting the right under Harper back in the day was because it was supposed to help them beat the Liberals. And they haven't been beating the Liberals for a while now. And, with things like smart voting, Canadians seem more than willing to hold their nose while going to the polls and not necessarily vote in their interest, but just vote to keep the Conservatives out of power. Really, a united Conservative Party works out more for the Liberals than anything else. However, I would encourage the Liberals and the NDP during this next government to enact some form of electoral reform. My understanding is that the NDP wanted proportional representation and the Liberals wanted ranked voting. And the Conservatives wanted the NDP and the Liberals to drink flasks of unknown liquid while Rona Ambrose shouted at chug, chug, chug. I realize that moving forward, for as long as this government holds together, the priority will be on dealing with the nonsense from south of the border. But either ranked choice or proportional representation would have made a Conservative majority much less likely this year. The fact is, the current system very much favors the rich. All they have to do is pour their money into one Conservative party and put out a lot of disinformation campaigns. In a modern environment, proportional representation is one of the best defenses against corporate interference with politics. Small update on the end of this script. When I wrote this and recorded this chunk, Pierre had not officially yet lost his seat. He was definitely looking like he was going to lose it, but it wasn't a for sure thing. I can now confidently say that the CBC is showing that all of the votes have been counted, and he lost by a good 4% or so. I don't even think he can ask for a recount. I'm not sure, but sayonara, Pierre. It was not nice knowing ya. Go to hell.